everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. This shave is going to be using Mitchell's Woolfat. If you've watched my head shave, you know why. I've seen several videos go out lately. Dave Card, Johan Granot, Matty Lindholm. I think there was a few others as well. If I haven't mentioned you, I'm sorry, but it was really in celebration of the life of Frank Stromberg, who sadly passed away recently. Now, I didn't know Frank. I never spoke to him, I don't think. I may have done over the years, but I did get the pleasure of watching a few of his videos. He was a very straight shooting, down to earth, sort of old school type bloke, you know. I think he used to have the big handlebar moustache and very gruff voice. Like, he almost sounded like he smoked 100 cigars a day, which I'm not sure he probably did, who knows. But he was a fantastic bloke by all accounts and much loved in the community. And this shave, albeit is to Frank's memory, it's also for those out there that are hurting due to Frank passing on, really. So to Dave Card, Johan Granot, Matty Lindholm and all the others out there that met him through the community and became friends with him, whether it be thousands of miles away from each other, it doesn't really matter. That's what this hobby is all about, really, isn't it? So I'm going to get stuck in Mitchell's Woolfat for Frank and all his friends and family and everyone that he met during his journey. I'm going to be using the same brush again, 28mm Rhodium knot. I'm not going to talk too much about the products today. I mean, I'll have to talk about the razor because I can't get enough of it, but yeah, it's a sad day when someone, especially in, I find the wet shaving community quite a close-knit community. Even when it's people you don't really know or you've never met, everyone just seems to get along generally. Everyone helps each other out. You know, I know like people like Kim Gray. I know Kim Gray is going through a rough ride at the moment, and people are doing a lot of fundraisers and releasing products to try and raise money, and it's just a fantastic hobby filled with fantastic people, and not everyone is, but the majority are. You know, there's bad people and everything. I was a bit worried about getting a good lather today out the Woolfat because I'm onto my sort of first puck that I had, which I ruined. I soaked it for too long. But this is lathering up beautifully. I'm a big fan of Mitchell's Woolfat. I think it's a fantastic soap. I think it lathers great. I think it's got great slickness. Post shave is excellent. The performance of it during the shave is great. It's got a very light but nice scent. I suppose I would call it probably an inoffensive scent. It's not. I believe Frank was mainly known for his straight razor and chevette technique. I think he was a big fan of chevettes, really, or disposable blade safety razors, whatever you want to call them. Just got to paint a little bit of water on now and that'll be it. I think I've got enough lather there for 3 passes. Right, here we go. The Karve Overlander with the green Knopf handle, which I'm glad someone mentioned that you actually pronounce the K. I'm not used to sort of making silent noises and silent things, trying to understand other languages. I'm quite I like to try and be respectful to people's cultures and their languages and try and pronounce things the best way I can in terms of how they would pronounce it. So I believe this is a Knopf handle, and I believe Knopf means knob. So it's got a green Knopf, or knob, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Beautiful razor. It does have that handle and the Overlander head. The Overlander head, for me so far, is a fantastic shaver. I've had one bad shave out of it, I've had 3 good shaves out of it. I've had 2 head shaves out of it, so I've had 5 shaves from this one blade and this one razor, 2 head shaves, 3 face shaves, oh no, so that'll be, yeah, that's right. Yeah, 5 shaves all up so far, and it's been fantastic, other than that rough second shave where I went straight against the grain after 2 days, which was a bad idea. So let's just stick to what I know. So here we go. I've got 1, 2, 3 days growth. And it's just so smooth. I don't know whether the camera picks up bloody everything, so it looks like even after I do a couple of strokes, it still looks like I need to shave. But it just, I can't feel it cutting. There's no prep today. I haven't had a shower first. I've just literally come and wet my face, put some Mitchell's Woolfat water on my face, and the PolSilver. It's just a sensational shaver. And this. Very little feedback from it. I don't feel like it's ever struggling. It just feels like it's melting through here all the time. Red mark on my neck there. I thought I caught myself, but I think that was actually there before I started shaving. I'm not sure. So yeah, now the blade of course won't, it'll eventually, the blade will give out, it'll still be smooth, but it won't cut quite as close, so I don't know how many shaves I'll get out of this PolSilver, but so far it is mega comfortable. It's a pretty good lather, I tell you. I do like the scent of Mitchell's Woolfat. It's not a strong scent by any means, but I smell it pretty much during the whole shave, and it does sort of lighten up the bathroom a little bit, or the ensuite. It gives it a nice sort of, just a nice sweet smell. It's not too strong. It's certainly a scent that you can't really get offended by, you know, no one would walk in and go, oh, what is that smell, you know, like you get with some things, you know, Fuchsia Gothic and the wife, you know, Barrister Man Diamond. What a shaver this thing is, it really is a fantastic razor. The slickness on the Woolfat, especially the residual slickness, that's incredible. That's it, it's just got a nice scent, it's nothing to write home about, but it's nice enough. And get the third lather done and dusted. thing I quite like with Mitchell's Woolfat, there's loads in this brush, I could do another 3 passes, 4 passes with that amount of soap, is that as it sits in the brush between passes it dries out a little bit quicker than most soaps, so as you put it back on it gets a sort of nice creamy thick consistency. Just touch that there, it looked like it was dissipating but I just don't think I put enough on, to be honest. Right, here we go. It's an absolute dream to shave with. Now when it's covered in water, soap, whatever you want, there's still loads of grip on the handle as well, which is fantastic. Against the grain, I do tend to get a couple of tiny little weepers, even with this razor. It doesn't really matter what razor I use, for whatever reason I get a few micro weepers, whatever you want to call them. In fact, if I'm brutally honest, I don't know if I'm going to get them today because that was mega smooth. That's I mean, that's BBS for me there, and that's saying something because I'm not really a BBS shaver. It's just a tremendous razor. I can't recommend it enough. I really can't. And even though I had that one bad shave with it, that was sort of through my own fault. Instead of doing my usual thing, I tried something different, it didn't work. But honestly, I can't grumble with that. I mean, I've got some red blotching down here, but that's just me. But that is fantastically smooth, really, really close, and it feels great. You know, Mitchell's Woolfat helps, but the razor's just tremendous. I'm going to finish off now with MAOL wood from MAOL Grooming. This is old, this bottle now, but it still smells like the day it arrived. I've still got loads of it because you don't need a lot of it. 3 splashes, 2, 3 for the head, which, oh, almost no burn, to be honest. 3 for the face and neck, and even then that was extremely minimal in terms of the feel of the alcohol in that. And MAOL Grooming is predominantly alcohol, I believe, with some goodies in between, but predominantly alcohol. So Mitchell's Woolfat, in memory of Frank Stromberg, and really for all the friends and family and everyone that got close to him over the years. I wasn't one of them, but it's mainly just a shout out for those guys really. And if you are struggling, I am a person who is a massive advocate for mental health. I've went through the mill with mental health issues through my last 15-20 years as a copper, as a father, as a husband. I've been through the mill, you know, so if you're struggling, reach out, you know. And if that means reach out to me or reach out to someone in the shaving community that you're close with or that you know, or that you know, just reach out, just have a chat, you know. That's what we're here for. That's what I like to think other people are here for, that as well. And I don't think I've got any blood today. Fantastic. The brush did a fantastic job, albeit a very messy job. G-point ceramic handle, 28mm 3-band Rhodium knot from Serjan Danicic over in the Australian Capital Territory. I hope he's alright. I haven't heard from him in a very long time now. I finished off with MAOL Grooming, MAOL wood. There's loads of that left. Very, very, very strong woodsy scent. I mean, this is the epitome of, if you had an aftershave and you lived in a forest, that's what you bloody wear. The Karve Overlander with the green Knopf handle is just out of this world. I don't have a bad thing to say about it. One tiny spot of blood under there, but other than that, This is the smoothest razor I've ever used. The blade clamping's incredible. The feel of it, the look of it, it's just a brilliant razor. And I think it's definitely one, if you're looking for a mild razor that's got premium efficiency with no blade feel, it's the best on the market. It really is, from what I've used. I've not used everything, but I've used a lot of razors. There's a lot of new razors out there that I haven't used, but this one is fantastic. And with that, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. And I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.